All right, what's up with it, y'all? See what it is. Your boy Rock back with another video. And y'all know we have to cover this, man, especially since we done covered stuff in the past about Kyrie. And I even said it back then. I said, watch, Kyrie gonna come back. And what do you know? On Wednesday, this week, Kyrie is set to make his first debut back in the NBA. Why? Because all these people that they didn't have take the jab, they all happen to be sick. So guess what? All the leagues across the board desperate now, from the NFL to the NBA. And y'all know we cover a lot of NBA over here, a little bit of NFL. And Kyrie is on his way back. And I just want to give him another hand clap, man. I'm proud of this brother, man. He stayed strong. Imagine. Andrew Wiggins, you could have did this same thing. Who else is up in the media? A couple other people. Y'all all could have did the same thing. You was going to come back. Look at the way the NBA is going right now. Joe Johnson been retired for the past 2-3 years. I believe he's playing in the Big Three. That's how he still got his recognition. He done came back on a on a 10-day contract. You know? But things like this make me happy because it keep hope alive for us that's just trying to stay clean and stay unvaccinated. You know what I'm saying? Or stay without the jab. I guess we're not supposed to say it on our videos. I'm not really tripping, man. My channel's shadow banned enough, so we gonna drop some truth bombs whether they like it or not. So let's hear what Kyrie got to say. Then we're gonna, I got a few things I want to show y'all that I came across. Y'all know us, man. I like to hear real stories from real people. And then, of course, I got a little bit I'll just wait till the end. Just wait till the end. Kyrie, though.
Incredibly grateful just to be back in the building. Welcome back with open arms to my teammates, the whole entire organization. Not gonna lie, it's been relatively tough to watch from the sideline with everything going on in the world. I know everybody's feeling it, so just praying for everybody to be healthy during these times. But if I get the opportunity to get on the court and play with some of my teammates and, even if it's just on the road for away games, I'm just grateful for the opportunity.
Now, so let's say right now it's only supposed to be for away games. It's only supposed to be for games where he's traveling, but that's the start. They didn't even want to let him do that, But I have a feeling by the time more of this keep going on, because it's showing just because you took the jab, well, who are you really protecting? Let's be honest out here. Who are you really protecting if you take the jab? The people that took the jab still getting it. We already know that the people who get the jab still can pass it on. So what are we really doing? What's the real end game? Nobody's even really figured that out yet. You know what I mean? It's ridiculous to the point that we got people working completely through the pandemic and then you fire them, And I know I'm not. Well, I'll get into that in another video. But man, it's y'all know me. I work at the hospital. It's definitely stuff going on over there. Hold on, oh my bad. I gotta let Kyrie finish.
It was just a lot of uncertainty, a lot of what ifs, a lot of scenarios. It's hard not to pay attention to what's being said. About the circumstances that we're under and everybody's opinion on it. And I've just try to stay grounded, stay connected with the team, engaged, and just waiting for the time or the chance. But it was tough.
It's waiting for the time or the chance. Because we all know that's what it's really going to come down to. You can't just keep alienating people just because they don't want to take your magic potion. That clearly ain't working. Clearly ain't working. And I've already told y'all, I know 2 people. Now, I know another person that recently passed that had the jab. R.I.P. I ain't gonna say his name on, but it's been too much. Actually, not only one. I know 2. I know 2 more people that's passed since taking. I personally, and I don't know about you guys, but I know people that have passed after taking the jab. More of those than I know people that has actually passed from the CV-19. Now, it probably could be the opposite for other people. I'm just speaking on what's going on with me.
And I was resilient, but it's nothing like being in this environment and playing with the best of the best. This is where I belong. This is where I've worked my my entire life to be. So it was like riding a bike, man, you know, or just being at your first day of school again, just going back out there, and I missed it.
Yeah, it's like when you come back from high school break and you just got out the 10th grade, you're going to the 11th grade. It feel good. If you walk back to school, you see everybody you know what I'm saying? It's back in business as usual. You know, I'm really happy for Kyrie. I really am. You know, I wish this same type of thing could happen for a lot of the workers around the country. And, you know, especially over there in Australia. It's crazy right now in Australia, you know. I just can't believe what they're really doing over there. Maybe I think I should actually do a video on that, just covering that. I don't think enough people are talking about what the Australians are going through over there with this whole jab and everything. But y'all know me. Y'all know I like to go on Twitter and TikTok. TikTok cold right now. But we got people talking on TikTok. And y'all know how they got this whole new mandates, right? Well,
10 days to
not mandates, but matter of fact, I'm gonna just let her talk, and then I'll talk about it.
Watch this.
Okay, listen up, because I'm about to spill some really important tea. So the CDC just reduced the restrictions from 10 days to 5 days. 5 days has been racking my brain. Like, why 5 days? That's such an arbitrary number. Where did this come from? Well, boop, I just found out. My partner works for a really big company, really big, international, all over the world. And he's a manager of this company. Well, COVID broke out and he tested positive for COVID. He stayed home, and on his 5th day staying home, that's when the CDC reduced the restrictions. So immediately, because it broke out, they had no employees. Immediately, his company was like, okay, come back to work tomorrow. So he was like, all right, but I'm still testing positive for COVID. Didn't give a shit. They were like, you're good, come in. So then he applied for disability, like a lot of companies are doing. If you go out with COVID, you can apply for disability so that you can get paid during the time that you're quarantining, right? So then 3 days he's been back at work, and guess what happens? Disability calls him and tells him they're not going to pay for any of his time off because he was in work. He was back at work in 5 days. So what does that mean? That means that if you come back before the 7-day period, your work doesn't have to pay for your disability. So that is why the CDC reduced from 10 days to 5 days, because companies and corporations won't have to pay for your disability.
If I could drop the bombs, I need a bomb thing, man. Drop that bomb right there. You know that's exactly what it's for. I even called it. I said these 14 days is killing them. I saw it at my job. 14 days killing them. And usually most people, they get over it like a normal flu in about 5 to 7 days. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say a cold. You got people out here reaching, saying a cold. Now listen, I'm not one of those people out here that's saying this thing ain't real. This thing is real. But what it is real is the numbers. We know that people is passing away, but we know that 99% of the people recover from it. Every person I know that done caught the CV, they tell them to go home and drink some ginger ale. You know what I'm saying? Basically, stay hydrated. You know what I'm saying? So all this extra stuff is really what it is, just extra stuff.
People, this is so important as to why you need to know your rights. If you give COVID and you are still testing positive for COVID, you need to fight and tell your company, I don't feel well, I don't feel comfortable, I still have a cough, say whatever the fuck you need to say in order to stay home for at least 7 days so that you can claim disability, and they will pay. But if you go back into work before this 7-day period, they will refuse to pay your disability and you're fucked. And I know that for the majority of the United States citizens, that if you don't get paid for 5 days of being out of work, that could be the difference between you feeding yourself or your kids. That could be the difference between you being able to pay your car note. That could be the difference in you being able to be in a house. Like, what?
Pay your rent, pay your bill. Yeah, that's why they coming after everybody with the job. Oh, you got a job in what such and such sector? But listen, you don't take the job, you ain't got no job. Ain't gonna be able to take care of your kids. That's how they coming at people. And people so comfortable. A lot of people don't want to get uncomfortable and try and go out and try to look for different employment, which I understand. You know, a lot of people got cush jobs, but I ain't going.
whether or not you're houseless or not. So know your rights. Just stay home. You don't have to give them all this information. Really, they're not even allowed to ask you all of the information. All you have to say is, I still feel terrible. I am so weak. I'm tired. I can barely lift my head up. Whatever you need to say.
Pause. You don't need to say all that. You don't even need to say none of that. It's still, that's pissing me off about this whole the whole CV-19 thing. Is that I remember when I first started working at the hospital, you bring up such and such was upstairs coughing, they gonna be at my job talking about that's a HIPAA violation. You can't be telling people he up there coughing. It's a HIPAA violation. Private patient, medical, whatever. That's a HIPAA violation. You're not even supposed to be able to talk about people, their whole status on being jabbed up. You're not even supposed to really be able to talk about that. That's a HIPAA violation. You're not supposed to ask me about that. That's a HIPAA violation. But, with all these emergency rules and all that, you don't know what's what no more. Everything changed from one day to the next. Didn't the CDC just say that cloth mask coverings don't work no more? Come on, man. Let her finish, then we're going to go through these last 2 slides.
Stay home for 7 days so you can collect disability. This is so important. Seriously, like, comment, share, please. More people need to know.
Yep, I shared it for you. Took it all to a whole nother platform because one thing I noticed is that a lot of the videos I come across up on TikTok, they get taken down in like 2 days. You know what I mean? I'll share them to, my group that I share. We share all our stuff that we come across to, and I'll send it to them. If they don't look at it within the first 6 hours, it's going to be gone in about 12. So that's another reason. Matter of fact, a lot of my old lives, you go look, especially like the Travis Scott one and all that type stuff, go look at them lives. A lot of them videos I displayed on there were taken down. So I know a lot of people ask, why you keep putting up stuff from TikTok? This is why. If you made it this far, man, make sure you tap that like button. I will have some live streams coming this week. If you have Zoom, make sure you have your Zoom set up because I'm going to be taking callers. I'm going to be dropping the link. Shout out to the homie Kwame. He first person I seen dropping a link. I'm going to drop the link in the chat, man. We're going to get to talk.
Hold
on, let me hear what Brad got to say. It's a short one. We're going to listen to Brad, and then we're going to finish it out with Robin Williams. This video went a little longer than I thought it would. But, yeah, man, let's get it.
How come it's only unvaccinated people that happen to know a bunch of vaccinated people that were hospitalized?
It isn't. I'm double jabbed. Was since the beginning. I had no issues with the jab. My issues were with the mandates, but not the jab.
Yeah.
Until my perfectly healthy 18-year-old nephew, who, statistically speaking, is at zero risk of any detrimental side effects from actually getting COVID, but he ended up in ICU for 6 days after getting his second jab, myocarditis. And now I get to watch his father agonize over whether or not he gets his 10-year-old son the jab because, he's being treated like shit and a pariah because he doesn't want it because his older brother almost died.
How come it's only...
And that's it. Here's the cold part about this whole situation. You got so many people out here that done took the jab, ain't nothing happened to them. But it seemed to me like the people where ain't nothing happened to them, they discount more the people where they took the jab and stuff is happening to them, to those people. It's crazy. But you know what's crazy to me? Is how Bill Gates is tied into this whole thing. Shout out to Robin Williams, one of my favorite comedians. The only cross-dressing dude that I laughed at, Miss Doubtfire. I'll go watch Miss Doubtfire again. Shout out Robin Williams. We're gonna wrap this up with some Robin Williams, and then I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one.
The answer to your question, my friend.
And send in the dollar bill instead of in God we trust, in Gates we trust. Mr. Gates, when did you realize you were creating a monopoly? Monopoly's just a game, Senator. I'm trying to control the fucking world. Don't you see Windows Millennium Me? It's all leading to information technology. Soon it'll be total information technology. Tit. And when you're sucking on the tit, I have you by the motherboard.
The answer.
Creating a monopoly. Monopoly's just a game, Senator.
Robin Williams been talk about Bill Gates. How long Robin Williams been gone? Robin Williams ain't even around to see what's going on. As I always say at the end of my videos, let me know what y'all think in the comment section. It's been your boy Chop. I'll catch y'all on the next video.